Basically, okay, so don't mind my wet hair. I just came out of the shower. I come into my room, I was putting on my eyebrows, so I didn't have to do that on camera. I mean, I could, but like my mirror's over there and I like stand up and do it. You know how when you're filling them in, you get like super close to the mirror and you're like, why did I see something yellow in the mirror? And I'm like, what was that? And I back up like, why is it a spider this big, this close to my face? I said, so I'm like grossed out and I like smashed it with like a tissue that was nearby. And then I looked like after I smashed it and it was like partially my thumb that smashed it. So I washed my hands for about 30 minutes just now. So that was basically how that started. Let me try and just freestyle because this is exactly how I always do my makeup. I wake up in the morning, I put on my outfit and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? I don't know. Everyone's like, I'm gonna use this color, I'm gonna use this color, and I'm gonna do this. Okay, so for starters, I have my Naked 3 palette, the original Naked palette, Modern Renaissance palette. I have those 3 and I'm gonna be testing out some new brushes today. They're pretty, they're gold and black, and they are from, what is this even called? BS Mall. That sounds wrong. But they are super pretty. Like, I can't wait. I honestly cannot even wait. I'm starting off first and foremost by priming my sweaty tail eyelids. So, your girl slipping. I put on my eyebrows, but I didn't outline them. So they're looking a little lifelike. And I'm just concealing them with my old concealer. I've had this forever. It's the CoverGirl in 170 Light. Yeah, pale. Okay. Sure, I guess. But I'm just using it on my little brush. This is a Morphe brush, but it doesn't have the number. It's just this little one. Oh, you can't see it. I have to really put my hand out. Okay. All right, there we go. I'm starting up here. My eyebrows are now outlined. My face is so big and so small at the same time. So like my beauty blender, I need one of the small ones, but where's not that? So what I do is I just tend to warm it up with my finger a little bit. And then I just lift it upwards, whatever concealer was left, just upwards, just to get it blended and not look as harsh. Oh, and by the way, I filled in my eyebrows with the Brow Define, the Anastasia. Which color did I use? In Ebony. Yes, that's the one I use. It's kind of dark, but then it's kind of not. Oh, taking all the way up. I never really dramatically fill in my eyebrows because my eyebrows are super dark, and then my face is so close together, like big eyebrows would look a little scary, I feel. No? Okay, that's just the way I do it. So I tend to just fill in the parts that are like bald, which is like 75%. So yeah, but I don't do anything like super crazy. I just upkeep with my eyebrow shape and get them waxed frequently. And I tend to just fill it in the sparse areas. Okay, so now I'm gonna prime my eyelids using the Urban Decay, the original primer. And I'm going to be doing that and then setting it with, what do I want to set it with? I'll probably just set it from one of the colors from in whichever palette I choose to use, which again, I don't know. So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna be using the Modern Renaissance one. I'm gonna be using this first shade right here. What does that even say? Tempera? That's what I'm gonna be using. Set my whole lid. I feel like there's no use of a mirror if it's covered in powder. That's all I have to say. And I'm just using the brush that came with it. I forgot it was even in here. It definitely wasn't like a day ago, but I definitely put it back. Okay. It was in. I just decided while I was doing that in those 30 seconds that I figured out kind of what I'm gonna do. Kind of. My pants have like this tribal print and it's like beige, green, there's black, it's primarily black, but then there's like this burnt orange, and then I just saw burnt orange right in here. There's actually a shade called burnt orange in this palette, is this one right here, but then I'm gonna be using this one too, because this actually looks more burnt orange. Guys, they're confused, guys. For my transition shade, like something to start off, I'm gonna be using the Raw Sienna one, which is, again, this one right here. And I'm just gonna put this one all the way at the top just so it doesn't, I don't start off with that. Oh, it's pretty. I already love it. Okay, so for my next shade, I'm going to be using the same brush, and then that's it for this brush. I'm going to be using the one right next to it, actually called Burnt Orange, which is this one. So I'm going to go do that, and then I'm just putting this like mostly on the end, and then I'm bringing it in a little bit because I just want it to look a little deeper, more defined, instead of just this. Like this, whatever that is. So I'm going to do that. The first color that I used for my transition was almost like a similar color to the burnt orange one, the second one I used, just to make it a little deeper. It's just a different version. I actually really like the way it came out though, because if you look at it, it's like a little darker on the outside, but I want it even a little bit more deeper. So I'm gonna go in with this one or this one, just to make it a little bit more deeper too. I'm trying to go with like the brown kind of orange thing, because like my pants are like all different kinds of colors, and you're only about to throw on some green eyeshadow to go to church. Right. So I'm just gonna go in with Antique Bronze. And now what I like to do, especially since it's so dark right now up here, I like to see where it's like a little bit white. I like to conceal. What I'm trying to figure out is if I want to do just the center a lighter color, because what I want to use is this Vermeer. It's the really, really, really pretty one. This is my favorite shade. That's why you see it's like dented and like abused. This one right here. It's so pretty. But what I'm gonna do first is put a little concealer on it, just so the color really picks up. I'm gonna put some concealer on my lid and then put that color right on top. Only because I like to be extra. That's just me. I'm gonna use the same concealer I use. This is just to pick up my pigment, the CoverGirl one. In this one, I'm pale. Okay. Oh, do you see how ghetto your girl is? Did you see how ghetto? Did you see how ghetto? That's a freaking belly button, guys. Okay, just making sure everybody knew. I'm getting a different brush. This is just another Morphe brush. It doesn't have a number. All right, focus. All right, there you go. And I'm gonna use the other end of the brush I was just using. So I'm gonna put this on where I concealed. And I didn't want it to look so harsh, so I just blended right over the top, so some of the darker colors oozed onto the lighter part, just to make it look a little more blended in. Can't catch your girl. I don't always do underneath the eye because I have super dark circles, and then I try to like conceal them. And I just picked up another concealer that I want to try out so you guys will see that. It's just they have super dark circles, and it's like, hi, I'm her dark circles, look at me. So, oh good. I have a tiny itty bitty brush. I'll just use this other end of this one. This is from the Naked palette. This is my other brush that came with it. Just the one at the other end. I just need this for the brow bone. And I'm gonna be doing the color I did on the inner one, Vermeer, right on the brow bone. What I'm gonna do now is, okay, so normally now I would put on my liner, which I'm gonna do, but I have to do that off camera again. If you guys want to see that, let me know, and I could always set that up. It's just I always do it like standing, and I need like both hands, this and that, and I can't do it looking down because that would be totally weird. I'm gonna do that off camera, and then I'm gonna come back, and normally then you'd put on either lashes or whatever your preference is. Me personally, lashes get heavy, and again, you roll with the windows down and it'll go like whoosh. So again, I'm trying to be caught slipping, so I will be using mascara. I will show you that after and once I come back from my eyeliner. So I'm gonna go do that and I will be right back. So I went ahead and put on my eyeliner, and I used the Revlon Color Stay Skinny Liquid Eyeliner. and it is super duper skinny, so of course you have to take your time with it. Invisible, you can't even see it. Oh, good. All right, so what was that, number 3? No, number 2. Oh, it's not that bad. So now what I'm going to be doing is my face. So I'm going to start off by priming my face. Now what I like to use more in my T-zone was the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. I used up the whole bottle, literally finished like 2 days ago. This one's good because it has like a good consistency, and you put it on and it like vanishes. But the one I'm going to be using is the NYX primer spray. Right over. It smells weird. NYX primers, I just gotta tell you guys, one, they have so many. 2, they are amazing. All right, now for the primer that I'm going to be using on my whole face is going to be the Born to Glow NYX one. This one is super nice because it makes my forehead extra shiny, and you know, you gotta be extra, so you know, I'm just dabbing it everywhere. This is the L'Oreal True Match Illuminator Primer kind of thing. I don't use it as a primer because it's way too shimmery, but this is the one in rose. And what I like to do with this is before I put on my foundation or anything, I like to just put it on the, where I normally highlight. Oh, my spray bottle is all the way over there. I will be right back. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put some concealer under my eyes before I even put on foundation because my circles are that prominent. And this is the Naked one in light neutral. My sponge and blending it in. All right, now to put on my foundation, I'm gonna be putting on the Maybelline Super Stay, but I'm gonna be putting this one on. It is in True Beige, and normally I would use my other one. It is a True Match one, and it's a little better, but I ran out again, so right here. Oh, before I even do that, guys, I have new brushes. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. It's like, how cute are we? Like, how cute? And this is from my lovely fiance, whom I love dearly. I'm taking all the plastic off. These are the eye ones, the eye brushes. They feel super good. There's one angled one, flat one, and a fluffy angled one. This is so pretty because it's angled though. Like, this is so dope. And then a regular fluffy one. These are the bigger ones for the facial area. We're gonna test one out. The dope thing about this is that, like, it says what they are. It's like the face angled, face round brush, and this is the face flat brush. This is the face tapered. Like I said, how cute! And they're so fat and so cute, guys. Look how cute. All right, so I'm gonna be testing this one out. This is the flat face brush. It's super cute. They blended out nicely. Yes. Yes. That's good. I will do my concealer again, my empty concealer. Put some Laura Mercier. This chick. Definitely gonna dirty myself, so I'm gonna be using the tapered one, guys. All right, so I'm gonna dip. What'd I say? Covered up my whole wing. Now it's time to contour. I'm gonna be using the Chubby Stick, the Clinique Chubby Stick. I'm pretty sure this only comes in one shade from before. I don't know now, it probably definitely comes in more shades, but when I got it, it was like contour and highlight. Yeah, okay. But, get the forehead, and then the number 3. Okay, I'm gonna blend it in using a clean color brush. This is an old brush. So I'm gonna do that. I'll be right back. All right, now to set my contour, I'm gonna be using from the Tarte's Glow Kit. I'm gonna be using Sculpt. I call it Snatch and Unnumbered, but you know what? It is fine. You know when you get them on like a kit and they don't even say anything? It's like when you get them individually, you're like, oh, this is the A, B, and C, and D, and E. But no. I'm gonna come underneath the contour and just lighten it up a little bit with my powder. I'm going to use just this face brush just to buff it all away. I definitely have to go back in and fix my wing because I definitely covered it up with setting powder. I'm going to put on my mascara. The mascara I'm using, Too Faced Better Than Sex, the waterproof one. Highlight. Now, there's a science behind this. My stick highlighter, so my powder highlight stays and sticks more. Well, this is the Laura Geller one in Gilded Honey. And I'm just putting this where I'm gonna highlight. For the first powder, I'm gonna be using the Wet n Wild one. This is Precious Petals. We will wait. There it goes. So I'm just gonna put this everywhere I did. Again, my Tarte's palette. Use the color Strobe. Now this is from a brush that came in a huge pack. It's called You Spicy, so I like it. And I'm putting this on the bridge and tip of my nose, aka my whole face. I got the lipstick I want to use. It is the Tarte's Lip Paint. What is this? It's called Grunge. Oh, good. Describes my style completely. Oh, cat. Cat, line your lips. Cat, use a lip liner. Cat. No. And now I have my NYX Mattifying Setting Spray, and do about 13 spritzes of that. Don't breathe it in. So this was my freestyle makeup routine, guys. You got ready for church with me. Oh, before I go, huge shout out to my fiance. Homie is a huge fan of mine. I think he's the biggest fan personally, and he's been supporting me from the get-go, so shout out to him. Immediately after I do this, I'm gonna start my vlog for my other channel, which is with him on Jay and Kat. So be sure to check that out. Is there anything else I need to add? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for the outcome of my first videos. What? I was not ready for that, but your girl will take it. If you are new, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, all that fun stuff. Everything will be linked down below. That's it. Bye. Love you. Mwah.